Welcome to another show of Your Health in 15 Minutes. My name is Josh Sands. I'm your host for today. We have a special guest, Matt Hayes from Orange Theory Fitness. I want you to welcome him to the show. Thanks for being here, Matt.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. So it's a new year, and at the beginning of every new year, we have a lot of advertisements that promote, people want to jump on their New Year's resolution and get into a gym or find a trainer and become healthy this year. So there are a lot of options out there. I mean, from personal trainers to gym memberships. Are there open studios? Are there closed studios? Are they open floor? How do we navigate that? How do we look through, our trainer or coach's credentials? For example, what do you do for? What's your background in fitness?
So my background started when I was in the military. I spent 22 years in the Army. So fitness was a big proponent of my life, because not only then, it was dependent, for survival. So I knew this is what I wanted to do, is something for fitness. I really wanted to help people reach fitness goals. The cool thing that we do at Orange Theory Fitness is it's 1 hour. It's 1 hour. You'll always have a trainer with you. You're in and out an hour. You're going to burn, for females on average, anywhere from 400 to 600 calories. Males, anywhere from 800 to 1,000. And every day is going to be completely different. I think what happens a lot of times is, we get a gym membership. We're not really sure what exactly to do. Maybe I'll get on a treadmill for 10 minutes. Maybe I'll go over here and do, some bicep curls, and then, okay, I'm done. But we're not really sure what to do. The thing about Orange Theory Fitness is you show up, the trainer's going to push you through the class, and you're in and out in an hour. And every day is going to be completely different. So there's no guesswork ever. That's
great, because I talk to patients and they're like, well, I just bought this exercise bike, or I bought this elliptical, or I have now this treadmill in my basement, and I'm planning to get on it, But number one, they've got enough motivation to pick up the piece of equipment, but they're not on it. Right. After that buyer's remorse, they're like, okay, well, how do we get that motivation? I guess that's where, as a coach, that's where you come in, right? So how do you select a coach? When we're looking at credentials and people come up to you in the gym like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, I'm CrossFit certified or whatever. What do those credentials look like? Like when you're, looking at an individual, how would you make that selection? Well, the first thing is we look at, you got to be nationally accredited as a, NASM, ACE. What's NASM actually? So NASM is National Academy of Sports Medicine. Mm-hmm. It's probably the top of the line personal trainer certificate. It has a lot of, you take tests, you do hands-on, you do more labs. And it could take anywhere from 8 weeks, to 16 weeks, depending on the student. But not only is it credentials, it's more of we want you to be bought into what we do. And once you're bought in, you cannot fake passion. Once you have that passion, you really want to help people, it really shows. So we try to create a sense of community there too. And as a community, we hold everybody accountable. That's one of the big things is being held accountable. If I'm 4 o'clock in the morning, do I want to get up and get on my own treadmill and maybe run 10, 15 minutes and get tired of it? Or do you want to go somewhere where there's a lot of passion, a sense of community, and basically have fun with it? Fitness should be fun. Fitness should not be, something you don't look forward to every single day. Something dreadful or something that just should never be that way. Mm-hmm. Or torture. Right, yes. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, it's very challenging, but that's what we need. You always got to challenge your body. If we're doing the same thing, we're just going to maintain. So we really got to challenge our body every single day. Right. So, for example, I've got patients that come in, and let's say they haven't worked out, or they previously had some capacity to work out, but now we're getting started from ground zero. So even, if the individual can't walk more than two blocks, getting them to walk beyond their comfort zone. Let's get you to walk 5-6 blocks. That's an advancement in their progress there. They're making leaps and bounds there. So, but I guess that's where the motivation comes in. You know,
Right.
maybe it may not be within that individual, but if you have an outsider, you know, driving that individual, that person, you know, they're more likely to achieve that goal.
I agree 100%. You know, and one thing that we do at Orange Theory Fitness is no matter what fitness level you're at, you're moving at your own pace. Your own pace. You're always going to have a coach there with you. You know, the other members are going to cheer you on. And I think a lot of people, you know, in their mind, they want to stop and think, I can't do this. But you got to realize is that, you know, your body wants to stop at like 40%. It wants to stop. But you have 60% left in your body to keep going.
Right.
And you got to get past that threshold. Once you get past that threshold, amazing things will happen.
Right.
It will.
So this past weekend, I ran a marathon. It was hot. It was crazy hot. But around mile 19, 18, I come across this lady, and she's got this T-shirt on the back, and it says, "The only person I'm competing against in this race is myself, but everyone's kicking my ass." So you know, when you're looking at achievement, I mean, this is all from a fitness perspective. This is all personal achievement. I mean,
That's
you're
right.
trying to do what's best for you, not the other person next to you, but you're trying to, you know, take your ability to the next level.
That's right.
You know, keep moving forward, set those milestones. So.
One thing that we do also is that as humans, we want instant gratification. We want it now, we want it now. So what we do at Orange Theory Fitness is you get to see your results in real time. So you're going to wear a heart rate monitor. It's going to display what different zones you're training in, and it's going to tell you how many calories you're burning in real time. That way you get that instant gratification, and guess what? Hey, if I need to slow down, your heart's going to tell you. But if I need to speed up, your heart's also going to tell you. So we train in those different zones. And like I said before, you're going to have the trainer there right there with you, and you're also going to have the other members cheering you on the whole step of the way.
There's more energy, that type of
More
environment.
energy, that's right, that's right.
That's good, because a lot of people, when they're, you know, ask them, what are they doing for exercise? Well, are they taking measurements? I mean, usually they give me time. Like, I'm on the treadmill for 15 minutes
Right.
tops, you know? Then I ask them, well, how fast were you going? You know, how much effort did you put in there? Are you keeping track of your heart rate? How many calories are you consuming? They're not keeping track of those other measurements.
Right.
I mean, they've got one box checked off, but are they making advancements, I guess?
Right.
We're not sure, because it's not being measured.
That's right.
So at Orange Theory, I mean, now there's technology that will be on your side to help with your growth.
That's right. Going back to your previous statement is, you know, you're always competing against yourself. So when you come, you're always going to get an email of your results when you get done with the workout. And that way you keep that, so each day you're trying to beat that goal. You're always going to have a goal. And like you said before, if I get on a treadmill and just run for 20 minutes, you know, at 3 miles an hour, and I do that for a month, what am I really accomplishing? You know, yeah, I'm burning calories, but are we really challenging our body? You know, and that's the beautiful thing that we do at Orange Theory is that you're always going to be challenged. There's always going to be something different. You'll never do the same workout twice, ever. And that's what happens is we plateau as we're working out. You know, okay, on Mondays, I'm going to do chest and tries. Tuesday, I'm doing back and bis. You know, Wednesday's a leg day, and I might run. We don't focus like that. So you might hit a leg movement, a core movement, shoulder movement. The next day, completely something different every single day. And there's a reason why we're doing exercises in order. There's a science behind it. So it's not just, hey, you know, I want to do arms. I'm going to do these particular movements in order, sequential order, for a scientific reason. The way we can speed that metabolism up.
Right. So you want to get more dynamic movements, more
Yes.
muscle zone engagement.
That's right.
Or recruitment, you know, to actually maximize everything.
That's right.
I mean, for example, like the rower, right? So
Yes.
that's a dynamic motion.
Absolutely.
How does that work for, like,
So-
versus other pieces of equipment that someone would have in their home or in the gym?
So there's two types of rowers. You know, you have the water rowers, which we have. Then you have the Concept 2s that are fan driven. The reason we chose water for our rowers is that everybody's doing the same resistance. Everybody in the whole studio is doing the same resistance. So no matter where you get on, they're all doing the same thing. The Concept 2s, you can manipulate the tension on them. Rowing, it works powerful within your body. So it works 8 different muscle groups in your body, and there's zero impact on your joints. It actually burns more subcutaneous fat than running does, because you're working 8 different muscle groups. You just don't realize it you know, and it's great for people with arthritis because it's going to help that range of motion over time. So, you know, if you haven't worked out in a long time and you first get on a rower, it's a very challenging exercise. But, you know, the more times you do it, the more flexible you're going to be, the more stronger your legs, your core, shoulders are going to be. So that's probably one of the best pieces of equipment that we have in our studio.
Low impact.
Low impact, yeah.
Yeah, but one of the recommendations for people who have osteoarthritis in knees or knee arthritis is actually they've seen improvements when people who actually run with arthritis. And you kind of stave off like all the joint you know, dysfunction, the muscular dysfunction, because if you're not moving, those muscles are not being trained, right?
That's right.
Yeah, so they kind of degrade over time, you know, so I can see how that rower would definitely, I mean, with the leg engagement, the core muscle engagement, arms, chest.
Yes.
So you have multiple muscle, you know, recruitment with one motion.
We have one movement, that's right.
Versus if you're on a treadmill, then you're just working your legs.
That's right.
And it's leaner.
That's right.
Right, and it's high impact on top of that.
That's right.
All right, okay. So how about, how would you, I guess, you know, if you're looking at all the advertisements out there, like how would you select, like how did you end up selecting Orange Theory?
How did I select it personally?
Yes, I mean with your background.
Yeah,
I mean,
I will kind of go off the beaten path here, and I'll go down this hole, and I'll tell you the truth. You know, so I was at the University of Mississippi. I was in the military, and at the time, I was coaching CrossFit, and a friend of mine said, "Hey, have you heard of Orange Theory?" I'm like, "No, I have not. I thought it was a smoothie bar." They're like, "Hey, well, they're looking for trainers. You really should go check it out." I said, "Okay." So I called, and they were having coaching tryouts. So I show up, and there's 5 other coaches there, and we get briefed on what we're going to do by the head coach there, and put us through the workout, and I thought I was in shape. And after the first class, I was sold. I was sold not only just from the workout, the technology and the science behind it is what really sold me on it. There's a reason why we're doing these particular exercises, not just, hey guys, here's a great workout, I'm gonna write it down. There was a true science behind it, and I knew after that first workout, this is something I want to do. So I was a trainer there for almost a year, and we came back to the Fort Bragg area, and I'm like, this is what I want to do. Because anybody can do this at any fitness level, and I really want to change people's lives. That was my main goal. And I look back on it, and I'm like, and every day gets harder and harder, but it's good. That's what we need. So.
That's good. That's a great story, Matt. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's all the time we have for today with Your Health in 15 Minutes. I'm your host, Josh Santz, and this is Matt Hayes from Orange Theory Fitness. Thanks for joining us.